It's not what you hear from these people. They act like you don't care. I believe in my heart that you do, because you live here, you work here. 3.5 weeks, traveled many trips to that office. You know who helped me? Captain Stanton. You know what I was told by BP executives? We'll get back to you. You know what responses I got? None. Not a one. We have a product, many products.
The better absorbent is called Oil Snare, and we've got some of that. I've ordered 2 container loads on the Coast Guard's nickel to get that put out, and I'm pushing BP to make sure that that's the type of absorbent that goes on board these fishing vessels.
Well, I thought while you're up there,
it's also good along the beaches. You've probably seen it posted along the beaches. If you put it in the marsh and along the beaches and just let it wash, it'll collect a lot of oil.
I'm pretty sure that it wasn't a week ago that we found out that this absorbent was absorbing this oil.
Right.
Why is it taking this long to change product?
Well, we've already changed it. We put a lot of it out along the beaches, and it's just a question of the logistics chain. The federal government, whether it be EPA or the Coast Guard, as pre-designated federal on-scene coordinators, already are in the position to tell the responsible party what to do. Now, I've been telling BP what to do for 30 days.
Are they doing it?
Now, sometimes yes, sometimes no. The response offshore, yes. We are much slower responding along the shoreline. And what we can do, I mean, if they don't do it, there really is no one else. Let me talk about that a little. You remember the DM-932 spill in the river last summer?
Yes.
It was from a tank barge. Their limit of liability on a tank barge spill, unless you prove negligence or some other reason, is $10 million under the law. Once they've spent $10 million, they can walk away and the federal government picks up the rest of the tab. The threat you have in that case is, if you don't do what I say, I'm going to break your limits of liability, and you might be liable for $100 million, or whatever the total cost of the removal is. In this case, I have no such hammer because they're already subject to unlimited removal costs. So I can't say to them, if you don't do what I say, the penalty is going to be unlimited removal costs. I don't want to stop what they're doing, because quite frankly, they've got the money and resources to do it. So I'm kind of in a bind here. It's sort of like not having, and I don't have the authority to arrest them. I guess, the U.S. attorney or somebody can figure that off down the road, but you don't want to take them off the job. As Commandant has said, they've got the technology to stop the source, the federal government really does not. And they've got the money to pay for the response, the federal government really does not.
No, I don't think we should pay for it. It should be their payment. But
totally
they should be
agree.
doing more.
And I'm not afraid of spending their money,
Thank you for your time.
Do y'all want to stop it? I mean, that's one of my main questions. Do y'all really want to stop it? There's the hose y'all put over there that collects the oil was 6 inches. They had a joke on David Letterman last night, a little pipe in a big hole.
We're still where we are today in terms of not stopping the source. And we go to hurricane season, you better believe I'm worried about that.
What I witnessed as a biologist was the apocalypse. Collected it in a boom, and they used a vacuum truck to vacuum that stuff up. And we sat there on the deck watching this guy vacuum this stuff up. And he sat there and told us point blank he's got 2 vacuum trucks, one for $75 an hour and one for $150 an hour. They would only authorize him to use a $75 an hour pump. And he told us point blank he would have kept up with every bit of oil that was in his boom if he could have used that $150 an hour pump truck. Instead, they're working 8-hour shifts. The guy left and went home, leaving all this oil in the bay, and it ended up, the tide changed and it went up all these good people shorelines. I witnessed minimal amount of crews, nobody on Grand Terror Island cleaning anything, and
Excuse me, sir. I appreciate your comments, and I recognize that your experience is what it is, and I thank you for coming and sharing that with us. I would like to keep it to Plaquemines Parish.
Who's watching for the oil to come in? Is it these subcontractors that these guys are working on these boats?
You're going to see a larger presence of Coast Guard personnel. Now,
It may be too late, Mr. Stanton. Someone should have been guarding our coastline.
His hands are tied. He can't get the money he needs. It's bad shape. We're in bad shape. This is day 36, 37. That's enough.
We had a fella, and he came in to re-up on groceries, and he had been getting sick. So he had his wife get him a respirator. He took the respirator out there with them, put it on, and they told him if he wore the respirator that he would be relieved of his duties.
Sorry. Sucks.
What are they trying to do, kill us off?
You can't sue nobody if you did.
Right.
Put that berm out there. We're playing Russian roulette through hurricane season. Not even hurricane season. Look, BP told us the disbursements were going to dissolve it, break apart. It was going to be eaten by the little microbes at sea. Wrong. We were told it wouldn't come ashore under the water to the surface. Wrong. You know, when you got the head of the Coast Guard saying, and I asked Cooper Anderson to ask him, Anderson Cooper, I'm sorry. No, I was a little late and I've been up early. But
you've been putting in some hours.
When I said, ask him if he has done everything physically possible to keep it out of marshland. He didn't say yes, he didn't say no. He said that word, BP. When this is over, I will show you where the Coast Guard wasted more money than the berm cost. I'll bet my paycheck on it.
I remember you said it. Thank you, Billy. Appreciate your time, and hopefully we'll talk to you again tomorrow night, all right? So 1-870, toll-free 866-889-0870. Are you optimistic about this top kill or not? I know you're praying for it and you're hoping for it, but do you think it's going to work, or do you think 48 hours from now we're going to be saying what's next? Or do you think we're going to be saying thank goodness it's finally stopped and now we deal with the cleanup? What do you think? Tommy Tucker, Night Shift, waiting to hear from you on the Big 870 WWL.